Here we have for sale our 2014 on a 14 plate Transit Custom 270, which means it's got a 2.7 ton gross vehicle weight. This is the L1H1, which means it's short wheelbase and low roof. It's got the 2.2 TDCI 125 brake horsepower engine, and it is in the limited spec. What we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a limited, and as you can see, there's a couple of changes on the van which aren't standard, and we'll also talk to you a little bit about the condition as well, seeing as it is now available for sale, and also the service history. So starting at the rear of the vehicle, you can see we've got the rear barn doors. What I mean by that are two doors which open up like so. You can see here as well, you get color-coded elements as well on a limited, so you get color-coded rear bumper, you get color-coded handles, these little mouldings here like above the rear number plate, all color-coded, which certainly give it a much more premium look to it. And in that rear bumper you can see we have got integrated rear parking sensors. In terms of condition on this van, I mean, certainly first impressions from what I can see here, it does seem to be in exceptional condition for a 14 plate. The rear doors here, there's no marks or anything like that, no dents as far as I can see, all looks to be in very, very good order. It's actually not a bad light to see it in at the moment, this time of day, because you've got a really good idea of reflections and things. But it does look to be in very good order indeed. If we open up the rear barn doors, we can have a look in the load area here and see what condition is like in the back here as well. As we open up the rear barn door, this little yellow arm here, if you just clip that onto the door like so, you can then open it right up to its 180 degree position like that. Or alternatively, you can, when you open the door, it will just lock into place there at 90 degrees. Of course, you can do exactly the same thing as that if you wanted to, and open it up to 180 degrees. Looking in the back, you can see that it has been fully ply lined in the rear, and they've added these, I don't know, it's like sort of a plastic flooring type of thing on top of the wheel boxes. I don't know whether that's a bit of extra added protection, but again, in terms of condition, in exceptional condition for a 2014. These are the sorts of areas here which can sort of be very prone to marks on vehicles that have had a bit of a hard life, but as you can see, this one is all in very good order. Of course, it is used at the end of the day. It is a used commercial vehicle, but I think all in all, considering it is 6 or 7 years old now, it is in very, very good order indeed. Got the nice hard-wearing plastic floor. These always stand the test of time very well. And we've got the factory-fitted bulkhead, another area which, again, if the van had had a hard life, that would certainly show. And we've got the loading hatch down there as well, which I'll show you a little bit later on. An optional extra here in the back is the LED load lights here. So you get 4 LED load lights, 2 at the back, 2 at the front, and that makes it a lot brighter when it comes to having a look in the back of the van at night time, or certainly when it starts to get to this sort of time of day. It does make a big difference. We start to move down the passenger side of the vehicle. Then we've obviously got the alloy wheels, so we've got these gloss black 18-inch alloy wheels. They're all in very good order, no scuffs or curb marks or anything like that, all in very good order, all 4 of them. And I think personally, on a white van like this, the black alloy wheels really set it off and just set it apart from a normal Transit Custom Limited without going too far. Open up the side loading door, gives you another aspect then of the load area here. Again, all in very good order indeed. If we pull on the load hatch, so it does just clip in with a magnet. If you pull on that, it then sticks to the bulkhead via a magnet as well, and that allows you then to load your items all the way through underneath the passenger seats. If we open up the passenger door, this is the first look inside the cab. What you can do is lift up the passenger seat, and you can see there, that's where you load all the way through here, right into this space there. You can lift up the middle seat as well in exactly the same way that I just lifted up this one. And again, just a note on those seats, condition wise, absolutely spot on. No tears, cigarette burns, rips, anything like that, all in very good order. And likewise here with the step, the floor. This is clearly a van that has been well looked after. I don't think this has done particularly heavy work. Looking at the passenger's door card here, it's not excessively marked at all. I think it does look very, very smart. As I say, of course, we need to remember this is a used commercial vehicle, so you are going to find the odd stone chip and things like that, but if there's anything significant, I will certainly point it out to you. If we have a look at the bonnet here, let's say there are one or two little stone chips here, but certainly nothing severe whatsoever. As we're looking at the front, we can have a look at the spec that you get here. So again, you get a colour-coded front bumper, and you've got front parking sensors as well, which are nicely integrated there and hidden away, and you've got front fog lights as well. As I mentioned, you do get colour-coded mirrors. So all in all, I think that does look a very, very smart van indeed. If we open up the driver's door, we can have a look at the spec inside here, because you get plenty of spec on a Limited. And again, just taking a note of the condition. All nice here in the step, on the floor, the driver's door card, all in very good order as well. So we have electric windows, you have electric folding mirrors, and that's how those operate there, just by pulling on that back towards you. You have auto activated lights and wipers. You can see here that we do actually have two full remote keys with the vehicle. Up on top of the dashboard you have got an extra bit of storage up there, which has a USB, AUX and 12 volt socket inside, and these little slots here, that is actually to run a cable out. So if you were to have a sat nav on the screen here, you can plug it into the 12 volt socket and run a cable out of the side there for your sat nav. Leather multifunctioning steering wheel. On the right hand side, this is where you can control the onboard computer, which is up here in the middle of the speedo, and that's where we can see the mileage is 56,410 miles. And then this one is to control the screen, which is just up there. Underneath, you've then got your volume controls. You can answer and hang up the phone, and on the left hand side you've got your cruise control there as well. Looking at the seat, as I say, condition wise, all absolutely spot on. You've got height adjustment here for the front of the seat, so that's just the front going up and down. You've got the height adjustment for the whole of the seat there, and you've got backrest adjustment as well. You've got driver's armrest, which is on a ratchet, so you can ratchet that into your desired height. If we look just to the left of that storage, then you have heated windscreen, and that's the actual elements in the screen, not just the blowers. You've got a 6-speed manual gearbox, which when you accompany that with a cruise control and 125 brake horsepower engine, makes it a great motorway vehicle. Got the parking sensor display there. As you can, when you have just sort of moved the vehicle at low speeds, you'll get this coming up there, and that shows you where objects are located around you. And you can just see there in the top left hand corner of the screen, we have got DAB radio as well on this van. If we look down here, air conditioning, one of the crucial pieces of spec which come as standard on Limited, and you've got another 12 volt socket there as well. If we look underneath here, and just move this seat back a touch, you'll see this red button up here, and that is a heated driver's seat. You've actually got a heated passenger seat as well, and the button is the same on the far side over there, so you've actually got heated front seats, which is very plush indeed on a van. Got this nice fold down work tray, which has a couple of cup holders and somewhere to store your paperwork, and we've got lovely service history with this vehicle. There's actually in total 5 services which have been stamped here in the service book. The camera will focus. You can see that, so the first 2 services there on that page are with the same Ford dealer in 2015 and 2016 at 12,000 and 23,000, and then it continues with a Ford dealer as well in 2017, then in 2019 at 42, and then the last one then that looks to be an independent garage. He's stamped his stamp upside down, which is always helpful, and that was done in September 2020 at 53,957 miles, so only around 3,000 miles ago. So lovely service history with the van. Nice to see that, you know, Transit Customs, generally they can get away with being serviced only every 25,000. So it's nice to see that even with only 56,000, it's had 5 services. So really, really nice to see. If you'd like to inquire on this van, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates, starting as low as 7.9% APR. And we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. Thank you very much for watching.